Posted March 29, 2018. 7 hours 0 minutes and 46 seconds. Adam Turner's product is pure and cut to order. I get up early and cut ice before I go to work and deliver more ice when I get home from work, the bartender said. The ice he produces is dense, perfectly clear and made from Hobart tap water. It's the way it freezes that makes it different from regular ice you make at home or buy in bulk at the shops. When water sets in a regular freezer, it traps everything in the water, the chlorine, fluoride, calcium, as well as little air bubbles, giving it a cloudy look. The method used by Mr. Turner sees the water frozen from the bottom up, which pushes all the non-water bits up and out of the ice and leaves a perfectly clear, bubble-less block. I use a machine called a clinable, he told Lucille Cutting on ABC Radio, Hobart. Basically it has two galvanized tanks with freezing plates on the bottom and some very powerful pumps that circulates the water. What that does is it forces any impurities, any oxygen, out of the water as it freezes from the bottom up, and the result is two 130 kilo blocks of crystal clear ice. It can take up to 4 days for Mr. Turner's ice blocks to fully freeze, much slower than your deep freeze at home. Of course the question is, why does anyone want this type of slower ice? They're designed for ice sculpting, he said of the clinable machines. For Mona Foma this year I provided 12 blocks of ice for a sculpture in the winery. Some bartenders are also keen on the product for using in drinks as the ice is colder than normal, takes longer to melt and looks rather pretty. With certain drinks, you want that drink to stay exactly as it is when you serve it for as long as possible, Mr. Turner said. It maintains the temperature of your drink as cold as possible and as undiluted as possible for as long as possible, and it's very beautiful as well. DIY Clear Ice. EMR Turner is the only person making crystal clear ice in Tasmania and one of only 3 people making it in Australia. But he said it was possible to make it yourself on a much smaller scale at home with an esky and a freezer. There are 2 ways you can make it. One is bottom up with the machines, Mr. Turner said. The other way is top down, which you can do in an esky and a freezer. The insulation provided by the esky forces the water to freeze unidirectionally from the top down, which forces any oxygen out. Topics: lifestyle, beverages, human interest. Hobart 7000.